Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Welcome to the live presentation of the 157th Memorial Day Parade here in Gettysburg. Amy Welsh, for your second year?
Second year with you, Jeff.
Yeah.
And how many years has it been?
I don't know.
For you?
I'm probably pushing 30, but that's a far cry from 157th. And I thought about it as I walked up here. Today is is less about pageantry and more about tribute, because ever since it was celebrated the last Monday in May, a lot of people who know the true significance of Memorial Day feel that it's not the same to just call it a Monday holiday, because the whole point is not to, of course we honor those who served, and we do that on Veterans Day as well, and they deserve 365 days a year, but this honors those who made the ultimate sacrifice, in Lincoln's word, paid the last measure of devotion. And so that's what's so important, to keep our tradition alive. We used to do it on a tape delay basis. We had the old VHS tapes, and we would run them down to the station and pop them in and play them, and now we're doing it live. It's so great.
So if you're at home, try to stay out of the inclement weather, whatever that may be.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely put a damper on the crowd. You can tell usually these streets are packed, and all week long it's forecast lightning and stormy weather.
It's holding out, though, pretty good.
Yeah, and I saw no less an authority than Darrell Wheeler down the street. He assured me there wasn't going to be any rain after 2 o'clock.
Darrell says no rain.
Yeah, that's gospel.
It's printable.
It's gospel. So.
Well, yeah. So
yes,
here we are.
Yeah. So.
157th Gettysburg.
It gives us. I know, and it gives us a chance. We're here at the end of the route.
We are.
And then the festivities or the remembrance continues at the cemetery.
Yeah.
I think you have the information on the speaker, Commander Hill from the War College in Carlisle.
Yeah, there's a couple of speakers there today, honored guests.
Major General David C. Hill, the 53rd Commandant of the U.S. Army War College.
He's going to be the keynote speaker, and then the honored guests, we're going to have Captain Justin R. Hodges.
Of the USS Gettysburg. So they come to town. I don't know if it's every Memorial Day or every other year. And this year they're here, and some of the local citizenry is going to take part in carrying the banner, and I'm sure they'll get a warm reception.
They definitely will.
It's the USS Gettysburg. I can't tell you what class of destroyer it is, but you wouldn't want to mess with it. Let's put it that way.
You definitely do not with some of these awards and declarations, including 3 distinct service medals. That's General David C. Hill. But we definitely want to make sure that we are thanking our streaming sponsors. That is Destination Gettysburg. So if you are at home, you're watching this, or it happens to be a whole nother day, and you're just revisiting this great day of ours, you can thank Destination Gettysburg, bringing it together.
And I think it'll be on demand, within a couple of days. You'll be able to access it if you want. If you're in the parade and you want to watch it.
Yeah,
so
definitely check it out.
Sean Garrett and Corey Smith are here providing all the technical wizardry, so we certainly appreciate them on this solemn day. David now is more known for barbecues and the unofficial start of summer than for the real meaning of it.
Yeah, so a lot of people, you had said earlier that Memorial Day holiday is typically confused with Veterans Day or Armed Forces Day, but it's a holiday, as you said, to honor the troops who've given the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, and it goes back to day one. I mean, even before the United States was formed, we had citizens of what is now the United States of America doing their all. And I think you don't see as much reenactors as you would see in the Remembrance Day parade. But, there may be some Revolutionary War reenactors. And
whether they're not here or not, let me ask you a couple questions about Memorial Day as we're waiting.
All right.
Do you know what city it is that's known as the birthplace of Memorial Day?
I think there was a lot of contention. Boalsburg, Pennsylvania had an argument to be made, but I think ultimately it was decided by, I'm not sure whom, Waterloo, New York.
In fact, it was Waterloo, New York.
And then there were Bollesburg, the practice, and it was called Decoration Day, and they would decorate the graves of the fallen.
That's what Memorial Day originally was known as, yeah.
And Charleston, I did a lot of reading. Sunday Patriot had some articles about it. And Charleston, South Carolina had, they placed graves on the fallen black soldiers, African American soldiers who'd served in the Union Army just a few years earlier. And, the Civil War, 600,000 deaths, people buried in mass graves.
Well, speaking of the Civil War, do you know Memorial Day was first recognized? Do you know the date of that? Might surprise some people. But speaking of the Civil War, that kind of
1868?
It was May 30th, 1868.
Yeah, so Littlestown, for example, will have a Memorial Day parade on the 30th, which is Thursday. So, I mean, there are a lot of communities that still think that part of that is to remember the date on which it was founded. So,
and if you're driving around or you're at a parade and you're looking at the flags that are at half staff from sunrise until noon, and then they go full staff until sundown, that is marking this day.
Well, there's a lot to be thankful for. The people that have given their lives for freedom, and we say it every year, freedom isn't free, but that just means that there are people that are willing to commit to an ideal of service, even if they have to give their very life. And it's just a spectacular thing. There'll be bands, high school bands, and usually they're Boy Scouts. And the teachers, elementary school teachers, used to carry flowers with their students to the graves. And sometimes it'd be 85, 90 degrees. I think, what was it like last year?
It was very hot last year. But speaking of bands, let me ask you this. Do you know when TAPS was written?
Ooh, I just read about TAPS. What is it, 22 notes or something like that? Was that right before 1863 or something like that?
You know what? TAPS was written in 1862.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
You're definitely close. I mean, some people might not have been within the century, but it was written in 1862, and then I'm assuming it was adopted as the theme song to this day.
Have you gone to 100 nights of TAPS?
Great segue. That is starting right now, correct?
Tonight? Is that the first night? Or are they going to wait till Thursday?
They might wait. We can look that up and give our audience that information. I, believe it or not, have not been there yet. But you can hear some happiness behind us. We are surrounded by a lot of great families here today coming out. And
the excitement is building.
It really is. And as you look around, there are people in clothing from different time periods. I think that's pretty cool. Holding the flag. What does that flag represent? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it has 13 stars on it.
No?
So.
Is that a bayonet at the end?
I hope not. Looks like wood.
Yeah, but.
It might have been a bayonet at one time.
Check out.
It's fossilized.
Do you know about our patron?
Yeah, I got an email from Sean and talked about this, and we've been saying, okay, PB or WITF, public station up in Hershey, they have their telethons and different ways to raise money, and there are a lot of people who believe in supporting public television, including our many thousands of viewers. And one way you can show your support is through the Patreon program. And I asked Sean if he invented that word, and he said no, it's actually an internet kind of thing.
Does a lot of great things, but that's something that's out and about.
Yeah, the Patreon. It's a fancy way of saying a member, a supporter.
Yeah.
And is that patreon.com?
Patreon.
It's okay.
And then you would
/ community media. But the different levels of support, do you have that email?
Well,
I think I have it somewhere.
I'll tell you what it is.
The Attaboy.
Anything from $5 a month, all the way to $25 a month. Or, of course, you can have your own generous donation offer that you'd like to do to support community media. And the why behind that is because community media really is the one place where they bring everything together that's happening in and around the community. They're constantly doing transparency with government, watching the
municipal
sports,
meetings.
the meetings, live sports, just fun things like our trivia. Also, too, we're meeting people and businesses who make Adams County really unique and special, and that's called Open House. We do a government spotlight.
And social service agencies get the spotlight
So
on them too.
Many. And
Thank you,
businesses
Corey.
as well. So if you're looking to support community media on the Patreon, again, the different levels, you can start at $5 a month. It's called the Attaboy, like Attaboy.
Now let me ask you that.
Yeah.
Can it be automatic withdrawal from an account? They're saying yes, and you don't have to send us a check and get a
So,
reminder.
No. When you join a Patreon service, what you do is you say, yes, I want to join, and you're really committing and saying, I'm in it for the long haul, right? And you want to watch this thing that you're supporting grow. It's almost like a crowdfunding kind of thing. Like, we love what you do. We want to see you grow, and we're going to support you. So it is a monthly thing. So $5 a month, you support that community media.
Yeah, people not just believe in what we do; they watch the programming.
Right,
So.
right. So if you're at the $5 level and you stay a patron for over 6 months, you get a T-shirt that says, it has a picture of Jeff Cook's face on it, I think is what we came up with. And it says, attaboy.
The first live
producers,
image.
only $10 a month, and you get some great benefits.
What's that called again?
Contributing producer.
Contributing
you get show
producer.
supporter, general support, and behind the scenes content. That's really fun. But and the last is the executive producer at $25 a month. And speaking of things that are happening, here we are.
Yeah.
We have some flags coming our way. But I wanted to tell you really quick about 100 Nights of Taps. It does open on May 27th. This is 100 Nights
Tonight.
of Taps. It starts at 5:30 p.m. each evening. And you could check that out at 100nightsoftaps.com. And they're there to inform, inspire.
Yeah, the whole
Involved.
story. I mean, it's not a long time commitment either. It's maybe 15 minutes. And
Yeah, it's
very poignant.
Very poignant. But it looks like the USS Gettysburg is walking our way, being ushered in by our fabulous Gettysburg Police Department.
I don't think this counts as shore leave. I think they're working and giving back and showing the appreciation and the support that this community gives the USS Gettysburg. And Henry and Savon are the two banner holders.
Look at them. They must have practiced. They're doing a great job against this wind.
Yes, they're from
There they go. See,
Lincoln
look at that. They knew the
Elementary
assignment.
School.
Good
And
job.
there are members of the crew and officers. There's Dale Williams, he's my lifeguard. Thank you for your service. Yeah, Dale Williams, he's a lifeguard at the Y and wears a lot of hats.
Most people in our community do wear a lot of hats. You know, for myself, I'm here at Community Media. We're being sponsored by Destination Gettysburg and a lot of other sponsors here today as well.
I think that's Major General Hill, if I'm not mistaken. Or is
Here
that-
comes our keynote speaker right now, which is Major General David C. Hill.
He was
the
marching in
keynote
front of the car, I
speakers.
think. Yeah, so good. That was good.
We have our Grand Marshal. And that is Lawrence Larry Atoff is the Grand Marshal. Mayor
The
Rita
mayor.
Freeling.
And Bob Prosperi
Look at Bob.
driving.
Very
What an
nicely.
honor. Rita Freeling, Mayor of Gettysburg.
And we had the Grand Marshals were Lawrence
Hey,
and
Stan
Kathleen.
Clark is here. Great,
Stan, good to
great
see
editorial
you.
piece in today's Gettysburg Times.
Stan does a lot for the
Veterans Affairs
veterans.
Director.
Dan Mal, our state representative.
Thank you. Step up and down here.
Here we have the American Legion Post 202, the commander right here, waving right back at us.
Park Service is here.
Hello, Park
appreciate all they
Service.
do.
Thank you for all you do. Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War. This is Gettysburg Camp 112.
Well,
And the lovely ladies here.
well, it's always interesting to see what the Zembo Shriners send down, because sometimes they
definitely
have
do.
horses.
Daughters of
and-
the American Revolution, the Gettysburg chapter. CARs. Look at this. Yeah, sometimes you never know what you're going to get. I had the opportunity earlier today to see a lot of cool vehicles start getting in a formation, so I can't wait to see that as well. And I have to tell you, visually, you don't know what a hill this is, but to march up this hill,
Yeah.
it is a feat. So today's weather is absolutely perfect, holding out,
Yeah.
making sure that we're staying cool. Gettysburg Tours. Take a tour at Gettysburg at www.gettysburgbattlefieldtours.com.
Maybe you can see their brand new facility in the background. Pretty impressive.
It is amazing. So if you're looking for a tour in Gettysburg, bus or beyond, make sure you get over to Gettysburg Tour Center right here at 778 Baltimore Street. How fun is this? Now
You got to have a motorcycle division.
Of course you do. And if you're having motorcycles, you're definitely having choppers. What do you think this is?
This is a chopper of a different sort, the helicopter.
Is this a Chinook? What would this be called? This just has the one blade.
So it looks like a medical helicopter, like you evacuate.
Yes.
The
Evacuating
fallen.
out the way. This is exactly how it would look. Beautiful. I mean, when do you have an opportunity to see that? And here we are.
Gettysburg High School Marching Band. They must have already played their quota of songs.
Some of them are in their raincoats. I
Yeah.
love that. Ready for anything.
Well, here's the Gettysburg area Army JROTC Warrior Battalion, and the gentleman on the far side of the banner is Devin Campbell. He's going to go to West Point, so
Wonderful.
congratulations to him. And
That's excellent. Congratulations. And look at
Yeah.
all these young kids in perfect step formation. I love seeing our community come together like this.
I thought they'd be doing double time to get through the showers, but I guess they also got Darrell Wheeler's forecast.
You know, if Daryl gives a forecast, it's on point.
Seldom wrong.
This is the Civil Air Patrol, United States Air Force Auxiliary. Those fine individuals there. And look at this marching in time. It looks rather back in history.
Well, the one officer is behind the flag. It's hard to see him, but
But
Civil War reenactors, Union
Union
reenactors.
Civil War reenactors and the
Sure.
women who help keep the community safe. You know, a lot of the women don't get talked about a lot during the Civil War,
Yeah.
but they're the ones who
Kept the home
did
fires burning.
so much work.
Yeah. I saw this horse and buggy when I was running earlier.
Who won?
There's our 16th president, Mr. Lincoln. and-
There's Lincoln right there, the 16th president of the United States, Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Going down the street once again as he did prior. All the different divisions.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
And look at this, Miss Pennsylvania. Miss Keystone State. This is wonderful, representing our beautiful state of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And these are their, making sure they're safe in these fabulous vehicles.
I'm glad this young lady's wearing a seatbelt up there.
Yes, safety is a top priority when it comes to keeping our youth safe and happy. This is Miss Gettysburg 2024, Jillian Dunick. Miss
Congratulations.
Gettysburg Teen 2024, Jay Wazowski and Jenna. I've met them at a couple other events. They're
Beth
so
Farnham,
sweet.
candidate for Congress.
All right. They sacrificed for our democracy. Captain Wesley Clement. These are some names of people who were here during different war efforts who lost their lives. And out of Fairfield, Pennsylvania, Troop 76.
And now it's called Scouting.
It
There's
is
no
the
more
Scouts.
the Scouts.
They've blended this together
Yeah.
instead of Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
But there are
You're
still
having
Girl
group-
Scouts, so and all genders are welcome in the Scouts. And the
Yeah,
Cub Pack
Scouting.
79 is here.
Look at that little Cub Pack from St. James Lutheran Church right here in Gettysburg. So if you have a youngster who's interested in being part of a pack of good stuff, the little club.
There's
Cub.
former president of Gettysburg Borough Council, Wes Heiser, is
There
here.
he is.
Thank you for your service to the
Thank
Cub
you.
Scouts.
So here are some of those vehicles that I saw earlier today, getting in formation in Gettysburg. They had to make their way through the circle. It was quite a spectacle. Many people just stopped and stared. This is beautiful. As I understand it, these are authentic vehicles owned and maintained by individuals.
And
also, the World War II American Experience Museum, that's out at 845 Crooked Creek Road in Gettysburg. That is one of the most spectacular museums I have seen in a long time.
Hello.
This is Cadet Nurse Corps, Vita Thomas.
So think about all the new museums we have in the area for tourists and residents alike. The American World War II Experience. We have
17th
the
Airborne.
Thaddeus Stevens Museum, and
So many. And
after the battle.
believe it or not, a lot of museums, there are certain portions that are free. They do need funding to help support them. This is people's passions. So if you're a local and you're going to go check out the museums, just know that you are supporting history, you're supporting your local community, and the passion of knowledge and education for others.
Well, we want to thank whoever provides us with this table and chairs. We think it's the organizing committee for the parade itself, so
Yeah.
we thank all those involved.
Let me tell you a little something about the organizing committee. A lot of people think that it might be easy to put on a parade, but I will tell you, it is all about the volunteers who step up and make it happen. So if you're looking to volunteer, if you're looking for something to do in your community, whether that's getting out there volunteering, donating, or if you just have a general question, you can email Gettysburg Memorial Day, GIVMDC@gmail.com, or just visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/Gettysburg Memorial Day.
We got ourselves a convoy.
We definitely do. And again, a lot of these vehicles, whether they're in a museum or not, a lot of these are maintained and owned by private citizens who just have a passion for history and come out and bring these beautiful vehicles during these parades so we can see and remember what it was like.
And that
How
was
technology has changed.
Yeah, and that was Frank Buck's passion. I did this story for the paper about the American World War II experience, and he started as a private collector, and it just went from there.
It's really amazing. People are excited to show off what they have, their different vehicles. The maintenance alone on these things, I believe, I mean, not only are you taking them through the battlegrounds, but you have to know how to repair and fix anything at any time. These are,
Yeah, if something breaks down in the middle of the parade, it can create chaos. I think it happened
Chaos.
a couple of years ago.
it's a lot more to come. I'm looking all the way down the road as far as I can see, and I just keep seeing them. This is really spectacular. I don't know which small town in America has the largest collection of such vehicles, but I'm guessing we're pretty close.
Top 10 for sure.
I love they're in absolute perfect attire.
Rosie,
Very
the Riveter.
fitting
Look,
for the time period. And again, if you are interested in World War II memorabilia or just learning about the war, the World War II American Experience Museum is the place to go. I want to make sure we thank our major donors, which are the Gettysburg Nature Alliance, Gettysburg Travel Council, and we have significant donors we want to make sure we say hello to as well.
Adams Electric Co-op, Gettysburg past and present. Nancy McMeekin.
Oh, Ted Hurt, he is one of our walking town guides. And C.S. Davidson Incorporated. I don't know if you can hear me because what a vehicle. You know, I apologize. I don't know the proper names of any of these, but I'm calling them big trucks. They are fantastic.
This looks like a personnel carrier. Maybe it had benches back there and the guys would ride in the back.
Maybe a little back here. They probably did personnel, equipment,
lots of uses. Yeah.
Anything they needed. They were doing that. I want to again also thank our sponsor for streaming, who is allowing this to come to you into your own home, Destination Gettysburg. And again, if you like the different things we do or want to see more, be a supporter of community media at our Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/communitymedia.
Patreon, spelled Patreon. And that's a little programming note. Because of today's festivities, we're being preempted by the coverage of an organizational meeting. We talked about shining the spotlight on local government. So no sports chat tomorrow night, no trivia, but we will return a week from Tuesday.
Yes, we
full
will.
Of new
It'll be June
ideas.
when we get back.
Yeah, June. June beckons.
We have a lot of contributing organizers I want to make sure we mention as well. The American Legion, Post 202, we saw them go by. That's Kenneth Wetzel. Veterans of Foreign War, Post 15, Commander Gary Ryan. Marine Corps, go for this
Marine
one.
Corps League Battlefield Detachment 705, Commandant Diana Henry.
And of course, the Gettysburg Camp 112, Sons of the Union, Veterans of the Civil War, Commander Dr. Stephen Law.
And Adams County Veteran Affairs Director Stan Clark. Stan was here today, does a fabulous job
He
helping
really did.
local veterans get all the benefits to which they are entitled.
Yes, if you are a veteran and you have questions about health care, assistance, or support in any way, Stan Clark is the one to reach out to. You can just find him, Stan Clark at Gettysburg. He does a lot of community events specifically for our veterans so they can show up and get the answers that they need.
So all these individuals are headed toward the cemetery to hear the remarks from Major General David C. Hill, 53rd Commandant of the U.S. Army War College in Carlisle. His awards and decorations include 3 Distinguished Service Medals, 3 Legion of Merit Medals, 3 Bronze Stars, 6 Meritorious Service Medals, and on and on and on. So it looks like the crowd is looking forward to hearing his remarks.
There's going to be a lot going on. There's going to be an honored guest, Captain Justin R. Hodges. And when they get over to the ceremony, the national moment of remembrance is going to happen. This all starts at about 3 p.m., so everyone has about a half an hour to get over there.
Yeah.
Then they're going to do the strewing of the flowers. They're going to have opening remarks. They'll do a welcome, introduction.
Dan Mao is the MC. Opening prayer by Reverend Dale Williams at Gettysburg Area High School will perform the national anthem. And Wayne Hill, as he does every year, will sing Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh, that's great. The Gettysburg Address, we saw President Lincoln, James Haney. He is our Lincoln. He will be doing the Gettysburg Address. He's a phenomenal, if you've ever seen him do that.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Well,
it's so authentic.
We've had some really fantastic Lincoln portrayers. You don't want to say impersonator. That makes it sound like they're phony, but they're not. They're portraying the honor of Abraham Lincoln.
And then again, our keynote speaker, Major General David C. Hill will be up there as our keynote speaker. Then we'll do an Armed Forces medley. That's going to be the Gettysburg Area High School.
And concluding with Mitch Mummer doing taps and Wayne Hill again on the American anthem. Closing prayer by Dale Williams. So we should wrap it up so that
Yeah.
our crew can make its way to the
Yes.
cemetery.
And I just want to quickly say thank you to the commission. It's for the co-sponsoring the Gettysburg National Military Park and their staff who assisted in making this Memorial Day observance a success. Their cooperation is so thoroughly appreciated. Thanks one more time to our streaming sponsor, Destination Gettysburg. And for more things of this nature, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/communitymedia.
And thank you to Amy Welch for doing an outstanding job.
Jeff Cook, thanks for being here again and allowing me to sit next to you.
It was
So
a pleasure.
privileged.
Yeah, and hopefully you've at home have a safe holiday weekend. The conclusion of it, and happy
we'll see you
summer.
at TAPS.
Yeah. All right. Thank you to Corey Smith and to Sean Garrett for all their technical wizardry. And with that, we bid you adieu until we resume coverage, live coverage at the cemetery.